Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. Today I wanted to make a quick video about why some manifestations fail and what we should pay attention to make sure we get exactly what we want. Before I dive in, please like this video if you want to see more of this content, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell icon, and please do leave a comment because I love to hear from you guys. Okay, so first of all, I want to say that there's no such thing as a failed manifestation because when we're looking at manifesting in terms of, criticism as something that we either like do or if we don't do it, then we fail, that is a really self-critical point of view to have, and it's not going to help you become a better manifester. So instead of saying, oh my God, I didn't get this thing by X date, I failed, look at it in terms of, okay, my ego wanted me to have this by this date, and the manifestation wasn't ready. So are you going to now say, oh my God, I failed? No, stop it. Stop saying that you failed because you did not. The manifestation simply wasn't ripe yet. And I'd rather eat a ripe fruit than an unripe one. So the thing is, we always think, oh my God, we want to have everything that we want. We want to have it now. And everyone who reads Neville, why this approach doesn't work, because it's not about getting the stuff on the outside. It's about changing who you are internally. And that is the real game that we're playing. So Neville is very clear on why manifestations aren't ready yet. He's very clear on why something hasn't manifested yet. And I really want to stress this point. It hasn't manifested yet. That you can still manifest it because your conditions, your experience, it changes every day. It changes every second. You can change it. You have the full control. And all it really takes to manifest your desires is to saturate the subconscious mind with already having the desire and merging with the self-concept that you would have if this was now a reality for you. So if you want to have, a promotion at work, you want to have your dream job, you want to have that dream relationship, you want to have a good time, you want to have an amazing place to live in, you want to go on an amazing vacation, all that is required for you to experience those things is to make sure that the outcome that you're imagining matches, or rather the other way around, that the self-concept that you are wearing matches what you're imagining. And Neville, I'm going to give you a quote here by Neville. He says, quote, "Whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe that you have received it, and you will. It is important to feel yourself right into your wish fulfilled, for consciousness is the only reality, and everything you see is nothing more than an outpicturing of a state of consciousness. It is stupid to seek a thing before you establish its cause. An effect depends upon a state of consciousness, and you cannot find the effect without being its cause. And if you do not feel the naturalness of the desired state, you cannot externalize it, for consciousness is very observable. Ask yourself, how long have you been conscious of being what you want to be? To what extent do you feel it's a reality now? When the latest headline or news bulletin can turn you away from your desire, you're going to fail, basically, is what he says," end quote. So what he says here is that the thing that's most important is we have to keep practicing this. We can't do this. It's not a one-time deal. It's not a thing that just, you do once and then you're done. This totally can happen if the gap between your self-concept that you're now having and the one that you would need to manifest the thing that you want is very small. But if this is something that you haven't experienced, that you have never had in your life, that you don't even know what it feels like, then you would need to do some research to figure out, okay, what does this actually feel like? Who would I be? Who is that? What does this I feel like? what does it feel like to be in that consciousness of that person, of that me that has what I want? And that is the only thing that we need to do, is we need to keep practicing the self-concept plus the outcome that we would like to encounter until it feels natural, until we think, okay, yes, this is very plausible now. This seems like it's totally natural to me. Because when it feels natural, that is when it's accepted into the subconscious, and that is when you will be in a position where you can simply decide this into being, where you can simply claim, yes, this is mine, this is for me, I want this, thank you very much. And you're not going to be concerned with when is it going to show up, how long is it going to take, because you are so merged with the state of already having and being that person that has a desire, that you will not have these thoughts. And that is what Neville talks about. He says that the only thing that's required for us to get what we want is that we have to feel like it's natural. And this is not something we simply just feel. This is something that we work towards. So by putting pressure on yourself and saying, okay, I want this by this date, this may not be realistic, because it just depends on how willing you are to do the work, because it takes work to change your self-concept, or rather, you don't want to change it, you just want to expand it. You have to do repetition of the new story, of who you are, until your whole mind is so saturated with it that it's like, okay, cool, yeah, I accept it, I give up, it's cool, yes, we're playing the new story now, fine. And that is what it takes. And there is no such thing as failure. If it hasn't manifested yet, then just check what kind of feedback you are getting from within you and from the 3D, because that will be the most obvious mirror to you. But the 3D is not very reliable, because we can't tell if this is an orchestration or if this is an old thought pattern. So you're better off checking in with yourself. How do you feel about this desire? When you think of this desire, do you feel like you have to try and get it? Or do you feel like seems very plausible, very natural? It seems like, of course, you could get this promotion. Of course, they want you. Of course, you're an amazing partner. Of course, you are always the top priority, whatever it is that you want. Check how you feel, what your relationship is internally to that desire, and then adjust accordingly. If it doesn't feel natural yet, it's just, don't despair. It's completely fine. It's a journey, and it takes time. And people don't want to hear this. They want to hear, oh yeah, you can get it tomorrow. You can manifest it in 1 second. And that is just, for the bigger things that we want, that's simply not the case. That's just not what it's like. There's a story in one of Neville's books about a man who was very poor, and then in 3 years' time, he became a millionaire through a business that he started running. And it took this man 3 years to shift his self-concept to one where he could see himself as a successful businessman. So it doesn't have to take 3 years, but it just depends on how committed are you to, being disciplined and sticking with the practice, even if you're not seeing results. Because it's not about seeing a result so much as it is about feeling peace internally and feeling, yes, I am the person that I want to be. Yeah, I am successful. I am wonderful. I am lovable. I am whatever it is that you like. And it's just about seeing that in you now. And yeah, that's it. That's the video for today. I hope this was helpful, guys. Don't make the assumption that your manifestation has failed, or that you have failed, or that you're not a good manifester, because this couldn't be further from the truth. It's really just about persisting and shifting your focus to, being curious about how the mechanism works and figuring out on your own what works, what doesn't work, and observing, the connection between your mind and what you're getting in the 3D, and then making assumptions about that, making conclusions about that, and testing them, and treating it like a discipline that you want to get good at from a perspective of curiosity rather than judgment. Because if you judge yourself, you're going to make it so much harder for you to get what you want. Then you've added another quote unquote block. So now you failed. So now you're giving yourself another reason to feel bad about yourself. No, you want to say, of course I did. This is where the practice comes in. This is where you want to say, nope, this is simply not done yet. This simply isn't ripe yet. And I would rather have the full manifestation than a half-baked version. So I'm going to put in more time, more effort, and I'm going to really double check if there's any blind spots that I need to take care of, if there's any gaps in my self-concept, if I'm still operating from any beliefs that don't serve me. And I'm going to double down and do the work that it takes to shift my focus to a more favorable story. And I will keep persisting in that until it feels natural and normal and very, very plausible to me that my manifestation will come to me. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. I wish you a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.